Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho.
Yo, what's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the other host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, bro? How you doing today?
Blessed, man. What you know, bro?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what's going on in this world today.
Yeah, same here, bro. Let's jump into it then. Let's see what's on the news and what's trending right now. Well, I just seen that they reinstated the Nashville Council, Justin Jones, after expelling him and the other brother. Was that last week or the week before?
I think it was like the week before, when they had the school shooting in Tennessee.
Yeah, so and the whole thing was about the school violence, right? And the gun reform, and they wanted something to change, something different, correct?
Right.
So they're standing up for the gun rights and gun reform and seeing what would be the best step to move forward so we can stop all this school shooting. Some type of solution, bro, because it looked like it's nothing anybody can do at all, to be honest with you. I don't really see anything happening, changing from here or ever. It got to be something really, really drastic, or really something really in place to the point that it's gonna affect everybody to stop the mass shooting.
Right.
Like today, it was a mass shooting. But yeah, let's go back to Justin Jones and sorry I didn't know the other guy's name, but I've just been seeing Justin Jones a lot in the past week being expelled from the council in Nashville. Can you talk a little bit more about that, Mike? That you know about it, and like I said, I just seen him get reinstated and just found out that he was expelled anyway.
Yeah. From what my understanding is, after the shooting that happened at the Covenant school church school or whatever it is, it's a school in the church. You know, a lot of kids, a lot of young people was protesting, going to the courthouse, protesting, going into the Senate, their representative buildings, and protesting it, and it looked peaceful, to be honest. So you had three people, two young black men that's representatives of their cities, and then you had a white lady, older white lady, with them. Well, when they made the speech to the rest of the representatives, they basically expelled these guys for stating the obvious, the truth. They want some common sense gun reform. They want to keep kids safe. And they expelled guys, people that was voted by their community in, which that is wild to me, because how can you basically expel somebody that you won't have nothing to do with? These are lawmakers for the state, and you know it can happen in the federal system too. So basically, these young men went up there and they spoke their mind.
Right, but how would they vote? Who voted them out? Like the other council members?
Well, yeah. Basically, the other representatives, they got together, they did a yay or a nay.
So you saying that's not a thing? I thought that was a thing. Like if you was part of a council, and then you can get voted out from your peers also.
Well, it was an extreme measure for the simple fact that these guys wasn't being violent, they weren't being disruptive. What they was doing was trying to get a point across about something that touched everybody, and that's kids dying at the hands of, people with assault rifles and everything else. And I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment, but it got to make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it don't make sense for anybody to have a bunch of AR-15s and all this other stuff and walking up in the school and just killing kids. Like that don't make no sense. And for them to be expelled for just bringing it up, that says a lot about the people that expelled them. You know what I'm saying? Most of the guys in that, or most of the people that's in that Congress body, old white men. You know, they with the NRA. You know, they probably had guns since they was like 2 and hunting and all this other stuff. So it's always gonna be the fight. It's always gonna be the factor of guns don't kill people, people kill people, which is true.
Which is
But
true.
at the same time, a tool is it's very true. But you know, a tool is a tool, and a tool can be a dangerous thing in certain people's hands. You know, that individual was a mental health individual that had 7 guns. You know what I'm saying? And they knew they was mental health. And her parents or his parents thought that all the guns was gone out the house. Like he gave them all up, which he never did. And he had wrote a whole manifesto and everything else about what he was gonna do. But that's besides the point, because that happened. The point is that you can't even put your point across to anybody without getting, expelled or getting shunned. And that's not cool. That's not America. Well, I guess it is America.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm about to say that is America, bro. And then one thing that I seen, because I seen on the news when he was up there speaking, he was pretty much calling out people that was representative and council members. I seen a lot of that. He started talking about some deep stuff, and I think that was a big reason that they were like, oh no, we gotta get this guy out of here. Other than them being young and black, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can see that. I can see that being a big factor. Also, okay, who are these young black people that's on our level now? They done voted in, and I know they're gonna try to change some things up, but we want to keep it just like how it is, bro. Because you gotta think about it. It's still the South. It's Tennessee. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. I mean, we can't expect too much from these southern states, bro. I mean, we still in the South at the end of the day. But like you said, it was 3 of them. It was two young brothers, and it was a older white lady.
Right.
But the only the 2 black brothers got expelled. And like I said, I think most of it came from them just knowing the facts, being able to talk that talk with these guys, with the older people, and just knowing the truth, bro. And he would call, and like I said, I was looking at the video last week on the news, and he was calling people out. So I was like, oh, dang, he really calling people out. So I already knew what was gonna come with that, because nobody want to be called out for the crimes. And like I said, I see it could be it's a lot of things, but like I said, I just seen them reinstate him maybe like 10 minutes ago on the news. So I don't know how that goes, and I don't know what's the reason from expelling him and now reinstating him when it's the same person.
My feelings about this is this, and it's bigger than just that. My feelings is, as a black man, I feel like we always trying to fit into a system that ain't for us. We try to play by the rules. We do what we supposed to do. We do what we excel at being professional. But when we talk too loud or when we go against them, we always get slapped down. Hey, know your place, and that was a prime example of stay in your place, little boy. You feel me? And it's crazy that we have to continuously go try to fit in. Like, why we keep trying to fit in? It ain't made for us. And sometimes, like I was telling my mother-in-law, I think we need to sacrifice a lot of things in order to get our point across. We can't fit in. Everything ain't for us. It wasn't made for us. I looked at this movie called Who Are We on Netflix this weekend. Powerful movie. I mean, straight it's a documentary, and it basically gives you from the time we got off the ship all the way up to now of how, in chronological order, how things are going. And it makes all the sense. This system ain't made for us. Yeah, I know a lot of us mean well and we want to run for office and we want to make a change, but I don't think we're ever gonna get to that point because of the old system. The system gonna have to change. It's gonna take people from all sides to make it change. But if we thinking that we gonna go out there and make a change, it ain't gonna never happen. See, what's gonna happen, and I don't want it to happen, but what happens is if one of those guys, not the black guys, but one of the congressmen in any Congress or representatives, if they kids get shot, if they kids get hurt, then there'll be an advocate for it. But until then, they gonna always stick up for the NRA and the just type of clan type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we got to know as black natives that the system ain't for us, and we got to accept that. I feel that we have to accept that, and we got to find another way.
But what would be another way, bro? Because it's been going on forever. I mean, even like you said, since MLK, Martin Luther King was putting us in that box as far as us trying to get accepted. But I mean, we too deep in there right now, bro. Ain't no changing like that, bro. It's not we don't have enough people on our side or with the culture that can stick together for a day or two. So damn well, bro, you talking about changing the whole system, bro. That's far gone, bro. I mean, because you got to think about it, because you got some of us that's sitting at the table right now that's not gonna help us. You see what I'm saying? And then even like you said, bro, we vote our peoples in, and they try to go in there and change stuff, but it's hard for that to happen because it's already written in the book. It's already on the tab. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to change those old 70, 80-year-old males. Go ahead, Mike.
So I'm big on Pyronomics, Dr. Clark Anderson, which I look all the way up to. And if you ever know what the Pyronomics is, it always right now we trickling in people into the political structure to try to change stuff. Change starts at home first. If we fix our community and we teach people stuff and teach them what's going on and build them into it, then it'll be different. But when you don't have the community and you just got older people voting and you got a couple college people voting and stuff like that, then it ain't gonna make no sense. See, first it starts in your community. You clean your community up, you start teaching in your community, and it's gonna be a long, drawn out plan. Once you get you a strong community, then you got a strong base. Got you a strong base, now we can go vote. Now we can have infrastructure. Now we can go barter and negotiate, because now we got a block. See, right now we don't have a block because I vote, but you don't vote. And you don't vote for a good reason, and I vote for a dream, basically. And the reason why it don't never work like that.
So is voting the answer then? So what's the point of voting?
I don't think I don't think voting is the answer right now. I think what's the answer right now is we need to get the cancer out of our community. We need to come together and say, how do we want to be viewed? How do we want to sit at this table and be valued? You understand what I mean? We can't sit here and say, go, all the mass shootings got to stop. But then, you know, they have Easter shooting at a park with a whole bunch of kids and families, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, with us there because of some gang stuff, but we never addressed that. That's just our neighborhood. That's just how it is. So we got to address the cancer first. And then when we can address the cancer, we come together and then we can sit at the, I ain't gonna even say at the table, we can negotiate. It's all about negotiating. You know what I'm saying? It's all about negotiating. You got to learn how to, you know, you got to make certain plays. We're not making no plays because ain't nobody gonna take us serious because we can't even handle our own for the most part.
So yeah, like you said, it started at the house. It started at the household, bro. It started in our community. It started like where is the leaders? Where the leaders at in our community? You see what I'm saying? Like we need more leaders in our community. We need more leaders around our young brothers and sisters to uplift them. Again, we got to cut the cats out, bro, because it's too many of us fighting against each other, killing each other, and it's nothing happening, bro. We're not marching when black people killing black people. I'm not saying everybody, because I know some cities do march on that. You know, some cities do be like, hey, man, come on, bro. We got to stop the black on black violence and just take it from each other. But we have to build, we have to build more resources for our people, man. You know what I'm saying? We still depending on so much of the system to provide the resources.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like we as a whole, we don't have enough. Well, we do run things, bro, as far as like economics, because we spend the most money, bro, but there's no money coming back to our community.
But that means we're not running it. We just spending it.
Well, yeah, well, we consumers. We forever consumers, bro. We're not owners at all when it comes to that as a whole. You know what I'm saying? You probably have like a 0.5% here and there, but we ain't running nothing, bro. All we saying is, bro, check in. We run this block. No, we don't, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's like our mindsets is so crab in a bucket to the point that we can't get out the bucket at all. You know what I'm saying? Even if one person get out the bucket, now everybody's still trying to go at him or her. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what steps do we as a culture need to take to figure these things out and go sit at the so-called table? Because we was already at that point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things just kind of just spiraled downhill because of we had those cancers in the camp already. You see what I'm saying? And now it's to the point that, you know, I mean, you get, because it's kind of hard to say that too, bro, because you get somebody that be successful, come out the hood, you know, but y'all, you know, some people want them, they get successful, get out the hood and never come back or never put money into the hood. Or they'll be successful and still be around the hood, and the people in the hood kill them, like you killing the Robin Hood.
Well, this the thing. Back in the olden days, way before we was thought of, when they had the Black Wall Streets and the Conies and the Rosewoods, you had, if a brother was messing up or a sister was looking bad out there, you had somebody that pull them to the side or run them out of town, period. You know, we're so afraid of our own kids. We're afraid that they're going to shoot us. We're afraid that they're going to do a drive-by. We're afraid that they're going to come rob us, that we can't even start a business if we want to start a business because we ain't going to support each other. What we need to do is what a lot of Christians say is have a come to Jesus moment. We know 9 times out of 10 what our kids are doing, our cousins doing, our homeboys doing, our friends doing. If you don't agree with it, and if it ain't for the betterment of the community, then you need to approach that individual. You need to get that individual up out of there some kind of way. Sometimes we got to sacrifice, man. We really have to sacrifice. And I don't think we're willing to sacrifice. Yeah, I'm not for giving up on nobody. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. My kids, I got young kids, and they know not to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Now, opportunity, if it ain't in your community and you got to get it how you live, I understand that. But it's a time and a place for everything. And it's certain different places. You don't sell, you don't do stuff in your community. That's a sin. That was back in the day. People didn't do stuff in their community. And then all of a sudden, flood your street where your grandma been staying at with drugs and gang violence and all this stuff. We know who these guys are. We know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't play like we don't. Them the guys that we need to approach, or say, look, y'all either gonna be for the community or you're not. And that's just straight up. And if you're not, either go on about your business, get away from here, or go to prison. You understand what I mean? I don't want to see no brother locked up, but at the same time, if kids can't go play without catching a stray bullet, if an old lady can't go to the grocery store without getting robbed, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are these politicians jumping up trying to get elected if we can't fix our community first? And I know they trying to fix our community, but they trying to fix it from the outside in. We got to fix it from the inside out. And that's just being real. That's standing on business. That's standing up to these kids and these drug dealers and these hustlers and everything else. I understand you got to do what you got to do to survive, but at the end of the day, you don't do it to your own. You don't do it to your own. You don't build unless you're gonna get that money and build infrastructure. That's the only way we become valuable as a community and as people in this culture. All we do is spend money on junk. I ain't seen nobody from Icebox put no money in the community, Gucci put no money in the community, Louis Vuitton, none of these businesses. And most of these businesses is from cross seas. They don't care nothing about us. You go get you a chain, you get killed, somebody take your chain and go pawn it in, they ain't gonna even get a quarter of the value of it, or whatever they call a bust down. Back in the day when we were growing up, it was J's and jackets. It's stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we value the stupidest shit. And we don't understand if we put our resources in our mind in the shit that's gonna go 10 years later, man, and nobody can touch us. See, it's like reparations, right? Everybody be like, reparations this, reparation that. To be honest, they gave us reparations. The government gave reparations a long time ago, but they gave it to the master. See, what master did was say, I'm not giving the money that the government gives me because they not even took my property away. And guess who the property is? You. We the property. See, the government don't tell you that they already gave reparations. They make you think like, what the Democrats make you think like, well, the Republicans don't want you to get no money. Then the Republicans is like, oh, it don't say nothing about giving no money. It was already paid. So we don't know our history. So we're looking for money. We're looking for any kind of supplemental income to make us go over. But first of all, what we have to do is address the cancer. We got to cut the cancer out of our community. That way we can move forward. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. If we can't cut the cancer out, we always gonna be doomed. And we can do all this preaching and talking and all this other stuff, but that's the bottom line. Ain't nobody in Congress, ain't nobody in the state legislature, nobody in the feds, nobody can save us but us. The system wasn't made for us. And if we can always come together and say, you know what, we gonna hold our vote until either the Democratic Party or the Republican Party come up with a plan for us to achieve what we wanted, greatness, then we ain't gonna do nothing. Cause see, this is the thing, right? It's just like what Ice Cube did. And I know I'm rambling. Ice Cube wrote that contract for Black America, right? If the Republicans come and say, you know what, we're gonna put infrastructure, we're gonna put Black-owned infrastructure in all communities. We're gonna back that with government grants. You giving back, right? You giving back. That's the way you give back. if the Democrats say, well, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to your church, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna come to the barbecue, I'm gonna eat with you, but I'm gonna see about getting y'all some money. You know, that shit crazy to me. And we keep going for the same stuff. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. All I'm saying is this: is like, let them buy us, not in a slavery manner, but buy our votes. We vote as a block. Because guess what? We 13 to 15 to 16% of the voting block. And if we don't vote, yeah, they might vote in a racist or something like that. But sooner or later, they're going to need us. Because they can't just wipe us out. I don't care what nobody say. They can't wipe us out. You know why they can't wipe us out? Because they done bred us too much with all these breeding camps they had back in the day, where they had these slave women and they were just saying, hey, make some more slave babies. You understand what I mean? So now it's millions of us. You just can't get rid of us. So what we need to do is fix our community from this is my opinion, fix our community first, then get with everybody and say, look, we holding our vote till somebody come up with a contract. Treat this shit like basketball, like LeBron James. Bring me a nice contract saying what you're gonna do for my community and my people, and then we can talk. Then we can go either Republican or Democrat. It don't matter. We got the contract. But until then, we ain't voting for none of y'all. We ain't working with y'all. We ain't doing nothing. But it all starts within, not without. And that's just what it is. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, man, but I don't think it's the Republican or Democrats or no type of voting that gonna fix the community or our culture at all, bro. Like you said, it's within our community. Like we have to be accountable for all that stuff, man. As the people, like our culture, have to be accountable for all that stuff.
And I'm not saying
I
they're
don't
gonna
think
fix
the
it.
whole voting or who you vote for or this and that. Like you said, I mean, I don't really see it really matters, bro, at all. I feel like we need to hold back our money and spend money with our community, bro, our culture. That's the biggest. I mean, it's power economics.
When I say vote, I'm not saying vote for them to do something for us. What I'm saying is buy the vote. You gotta buy. Listen, in order for us to get anywhere, you gotta buy politicians, bro. They do it all the time. The corporations do it all the time. You buy politicians. Yeah, we can say we gotta spend the money. Black people don't spend money with black people. That's just number one. We can say that a million times, but a lot of us don't even have the resources to take care of all the black people. You know what I'm saying? If we did have a business, we can take care of our community, but a lot of us don't, on a scale where we can it's just a black brand. Because you know why? Because we're gonna have to deal with other businesses and other companies. You know what I'm saying? When I say vote Democrat, vote Republican, I'm saying they need to give us something to make sure that we can take a step up. That's all I'm saying. Shit should not be free. Nothing should be free. Cause we done paid for a lot of these cats to go out there. Like, look at Joe Biden. He come to church and he doing the robot or whatever the hell he doing. And he ain't did nothing. Barack did the same thing.
But I'm just saying, did y'all
talking crazy?
Should we expect them to do something though, bro?
No, and that's the point. That's why they need to come up with a guarantee. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Either ways, we gotta live in.
Ain't nothing guaranteed out here, bro.
Either ways, we gotta live in this land. We have to live in this land. We have to live with everybody. So why not? They give guarantees to Walmart. They give guarantees to Mormons. They give guarantees to Amish people. They give guarantees to immigrants, Asians, Indian people that come over here and get tax breaks on stores and shit. They give incentives to everybody but us. That's what I'm saying. And if they gonna do that for one, we should get some too. And the only way I feel like we can do it is say, you know what, we gonna hold this, and if y'all really want us to back y'all, then bring something to the table instead of just talk. Voting ain't gonna fix nothing unless you're gonna give me something. Period. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always down for that, bro. I definitely understand that, and like I said, that's why I don't vote. So, I never seen nothing come out of it. I voted for Obama the first time around because he was just black. But other than that, bro, I never seen anything come out of voting. Period. Like,
And that's because we never, as a collective group, came together and say, look, we want this, this, and this in order to fix our community. We everywhere. We everywhere with the votes. We everywhere. We want to help the trans people. We want to help abortion. We want to help women's rights. We want to help, you know what I'm saying? Every time we have an issue, everybody tag on with our issue. If a black man get killed and people start marching, guess who's gonna start marching with them? The gay people, the women's rights, you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
right. But that's what I'm saying.
But that's on us too, though, bro, because we accept everything. We want to bring everybody to the barbecue. We want to bring everybody. They cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
we don't type of people, bro. But it's been like that since the beginning of time, though, bro. Before slavery and stuff, like we started accepting people. Like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, man, let them just come in, man. Let them come through the gate. You see what I'm saying? And ever since then, bro, that's when the diseases started popping.
Okay. And we ain't supposed to learn from our mistakes. What I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this.
We got a long way to go, bro.
It's gonna be a long way. It ain't nothing gonna be quick about this fix. I might not even be alive when this happened. But the thing about it is you gotta have an emotion and you gotta hold people accountable in our community. You gotta hold these older people accountable for always shucking and jiving. You gotta hold people like myself accountable for, you know, working all the time and not having time to do things in the community. You gotta hold people accountable. It ain't gonna take, listen, if you're living in this world to see a fix within your lifetime, then it ain't gonna happen. What I'm trying to do is make sure my kids and my grandkids good. That's my goal. My daddy got me to the point where I can at least be a man and learn and teach. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a daddy. So that's a step backwards. You know what I'm saying? So he had to double time and teach me and you how to be men to our kids. So now our goal is to make sure that they have a step up, just like the white boys that have a papa and a great granddaddy that had some land and left them a piece. They already got to step up. So our whole thing is we have to start somewhere. It ain't shit gonna happen that quick. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we can't start when they get older.
Right. No, I mean, what we're doing right now, I feel like it's a start. You know, we putting out information.
Exactly.
We having these type of conversation. We leaving this paper trail for people to come back and look at it. And another thing, bro, what was that saying that you said earlier about Jesus? We need to have a Jesus back meeting or something like that.
Yeah, you know, a lot of Christians and a lot of older people say we have to have a come to Jesus meeting.
All right, so do you think religion stopped Black natives from fighting back for the rights and holding the politicians accountable? Is religion part? Because me personally, I'm not religious or none of that, and I think that plays a big part. Because if you're talking about the oppressor created what everybody believe in and doing what all these holidays and this and that. Can we ever get over that hump, bro?
Listen.
Cause think about it, bro. Black people still waiting for Jesus to come back.
Listen, this is the thing. This is the thing.
Don't get me on that subject, man.
No. Listen, and I don't care what nobody believe in, man, because it's your right to believe in it. And everybody relationship with their higher power is their relationship. So I'm not gonna judge you for going to church. I ain't gonna judge you for praying to a white Jesus. That's what you want to do. That's your thing, right? But this is the thing. In the good book, they always bring up turn the other cheek, love thy neighbor, do all this stuff, right? They don't want to read the part where they say you got to do what you got to do. You do for your own. You do for this. They don't tell you the real. So when they say when we go to talking about politics, politicians know that if you bring up religions around black people, that the first thing we gonna do is say, thank God, thank Jesus, da da da. I'm gonna pray for you. See, we pray for everybody. And I'm not gonna tell nobody to pray for everybody, but everybody don't deserve prayer. I don't know why would I pray for somebody that I don't agree with? I'm just being real. I don't, all I can do is say I can't mess with you. And my God will work with me in order to love you from a distance. See, we let the politicians come in and sweet talk us and go to church with us, and say, Trump walked across the street while they was blasting people with tear gas and everything with a Bible. That's crazy. Your boy Joe Biden went to a black church, and he a Catholic, and he's sitting up there doing a robot. But they want us to pray and all that. See, all that is a cop out for people to say, don't rebel against us, because God ain't gonna like that. If you don't go this way, God ain't gonna like that. If you don't pay your tithes, God ain't gonna like that. All that is a lie. God didn't put us here to be no slaves and be no secondhand citizens. God put us here to make choices and make the choices for our people. But, growing up, they always say, well, if you treat these people good, God gonna bless you. I understand that, but I also understand that, and I also feel that God put us in a situation to be shepherds and not sheep. You understand what I mean? But a lot of us want to be sheep because we scared to go against the grain. And that's what religion is. Religion is everybody in one accord for going towards a purpose. But sometimes that purpose needs to go against the grain in order for us to come out on the other side. Moses, y'all want to get biblical. Moses didn't go with what what everybody else was going with. He went against the grain. Then people started believing in him. That's being real. You know what I'm saying? We can get into the religion thing, but all I can say is that politicians, they prey on the fact that black people love church and love their God and love religion. Mm-hmm. And when they pray, especially the older generation, and when they do that, the first thing they, when you can't get your Social Security check or you can't get your medicine because the insurance high, I'm gonna pray about it. Yeah, I ain't never gonna say prayer don't work, because I know prayer work, because I done been there, done that, and I pray. But I don't put my trust in human beings. I don't put my trust in all these pastors that shit I got to do every day when he living a different life too. It all start from you got to have intuition. And religion is the biggest piece of cheese that you can hang over somebody's head, especially as a politician. I hope it makes sense what I said, but ain't nothing wrong. I'm not against God. I love God. I'm very spiritual. I believe in the high power, all that good stuff. And I ain't never gonna disrespect nobody's religion. I don't care what you believe in, because that's between you and your God. But what I'm saying is religion don't have nothing to do with politics. You know why? Because politics was man-made. And when it's man-made, it ain't no God in it. You can pray about it, you can say what you want to do, but you don't know what them people believe in that you voting for. They just telling you something. You don't know what's in their heart.
Yeah.
And but that's how I feel.
Now I understand that, man. Like you said, politician man-made, but religion man-made too. But
I say this.
Another subject.
I say this. Religion has a broad definition. Because, you can say religion is spirituality. It depends on what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? So I say that. that's what I believe in. Now, am I a person that, you know, I go with a different denomination and I go with it? I don't do all that because I feel like, to me, that's grouping. I'm not in no group. I believe in what I believe in, and that's it. You know, now I'll come and fellowship with you. I don't care who you are. I'm a fellowship with you because I feel like God put me here to speak truth and to love and show love, and also tell people bluntly, hey man, if you got a book in your nose, I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna let you just walk around looking stupid. But everybody ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Some people just sit there and just listen to a man tell them what to do and how to do it because he read the book and that's the way he interpreted it. I interpret things different. So I never tell nobody that religion is bad or religion is, it's whatever you believe in. But what I'm saying is, stop putting religion and these politicians together, because they don't go together, period. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense, bro. Everything you just said makes sense, man. Like I said, my favorite saying, and I tell everybody, bro, you only as strong as your belief, and the only thing real in this world is your choices, so you choose what you believe in. But yeah, man, I think it was a good conversation, man. Like I said, it was we covered a lot as far as what's going on in Tennessee, Nashville with the councilman, and the gun control, the shooting, religion, the politician. At the end of the day, bro, we gotta cut out the cancer. We have to cut out the cancer in our community first before we can start healing. Until then, we'll never heal, and they're gonna get worse and worse, man. So, Mike, you want one last word, bro, before we wrap it up?
If I offend anybody, holla at me. You know, we have an open debate on here. I don't mean no harm. I ain't got beef with nobody. But if you wanna, don't do all the keyboard talking. Come on here and let's have an open debate respectfully, and that's what we want. You know, because the podcast, I don't even know, bro. So it's my opinion. Other than that, man, y'all stay safe, and let's cut this cancer out of our community, man. You ain't gotta turn your kids in, but man, you better damn sure talk to them and tell them what's up.
Yeah, real talk, man. Real talk. That's some real talk. You ain't gotta turn your kids in, but some of them motherfuckers need to be turned in, bro, if you can't control them. Hey, man, but hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in once again for I Don't Even Know, Bro podcast with your host, King Guy, and your host, Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
I don't even know, bro. Love y'all.
No, bro. Love. Peace.
Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho with King God, bitch. This I don't even know, bruh. Chime in.
I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, I don't even know, I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh.
Yeah, this I don't even know, bruh. A dope podcast promoting all black business. Shed light on real topics, gotta get these millions. Give back to the culture doing something